I'm entering my 40th year, actually, this month in business. Never been a quitter, never shied away from tough situations. I think leadership, the cream always rises to the top, and I've always been someone who believes in the fact that if there's things we need to fix, we're going to fix them. If there are things the players have a perspective on that they don't like that we're doing or I'm doing, we'll fix them, Malika. So I think there's a point in time when obviously there's a lot of, and I said emotion, passion, whatever you want to call it, about what's going on right now. The league has grown enormously over the last 5 years.
The room didn't just shift, it splintered under pressure. Phones went dead, executives locked up, and a single name sent shockwaves through the entire league: Caitlin Clark. If you're seeing this happen in real time, tap like and stay locked in, because this story is accelerating fast. It began in near silence. One report surfaced, then another, then a third source quietly confirming the same thing behind closed doors. The WNBA's top office is now facing pressure it has never seen before, and it's all unfolding at the exact moment Caitlin Clark's Nike partnership rises to a whole new level.
Pretty clear that we're misaligned currently on what our stakeholders want from officiating. We have heard loud and clear that we have not lived up to that needed alignment, and that attention and change is needed to serve the WNBA to the level of excellence that is not currently being met in the various stakeholders' eyes. There are no greater stakeholders than our players. Their voice is integral to the alignment that is required for good officiating, and we look forward to including their perspectives on how our staff can better serve the game moving forward.
Not later, not months from now, right now. And that timing isn't coincidence. It's a collision. While the league was still debating narratives, arguing tone, and questioning impact, Nike had already made its call. They didn't wait for approval. They didn't ask permission. They backed the truck up. A fresh wave of Caitlin Clark branding hit the market, and the reaction was immediate. Sellouts, spikes, global traction. These aren't numbers that whisper. They humiliate anyone who ever doubted her. Inside league circles, sources say the atmosphere flipped overnight. What once felt like control suddenly turned into panic.
That as we get up to, the end of the season and then into the end of this calendar year. So we'll dialogue with players. I mean, one-on-one relationships, groups of relationships. Players have reached out to me, obviously. So have a lot of people in the basketball ecosystem about all the momentum we have and how important it is to continue that momentum. And I think together we need to.
What was once silence turned into urgent, closed-door conversations, because you can't downplay someone the world has just crowned. That's when the tension reached the top. Reports started circulating that Commissioner Cathy Engelbert's position was under serious internal strain. Not a headline resignation, not a press release, but pressure. The kind you feel when the ground shifts beneath your feet, and everyone knows exactly why. Players are watching, sponsors are watching, fans are watching, and Caitlin Clark, she isn't saying much, but she doesn't have to. Every time her name trends, every time her ad runs, every time her jersey moves units faster than anyone predicted, the contrast grows louder. The league tried to manage the moment. Nike amplified it. And that's the problem.
It is an incredibly isolating thing, and you don't really understand it until you go through it. And then I think the challenge for myself was just, it was one injury, and then it was like a little better, and then it kind of continued to compound and get worse, and, other things pop up, and then I had the ankle injury. So it feels nice to finally be back to 100%. And in a way, at the end of the WNBA season, obviously I did everything I could to try to be able to come back and be able to play for my team, but it just didn't really work. I think that was almost a way of relief for myself, just knowing that I gave everything I could to possibly try to play, but my body just wasn't really letting me. And then I continued to rehab, and now feeling back at 100%, it honestly took.
Inside the business side of basketball, insiders say this was never about a single deal. It was about control. Who defines the future? Who benefits from momentum? And who misread the moment so badly that it can't be undone? That's where things get uncomfortable. Sources point to meetings behind closed doors, tense exchanges, and words like grateful, platform, and timing floating through the room. The kind of language that never lands well when the numbers are telling a different story. Because Caitlin Clark didn't just bring attention, She brought leverage, and leverage changes everything. Nike didn't simply renew belief. They doubled down, expanded campaigns, locked in long-term alignment, and pushed global positioning. This wasn't a gamble. It was a verdict. And when the biggest brand in sports decides who matters most, the rest of the ecosystem either adjusts or fractures. That's why this moment feels different. Not loud, not chaotic, just heavy. Fans noticed it first. The tone shifted. The conversations changed. The question stopped being, "Is she the face?" and became, "Why did anyone fight this?" And that's where the league office started feeling the heat, because when momentum moves faster than leadership, accountability is always next.
Angrily to tweets, then Houston Rockets GM Daryl Morey supporting Hong Kong anti-government protesters in 2019. It says the WNBA has recently denied that its commissioner Kathy Engelbert will resign once a new CBA is reached. The threat of players striking to secure a better deal still remains. The possibility of both the NBA and WNBA playing games in China come as the former doubles down on its commitment to the country through a new multi-year partnership with the Chinese Basketball Association. This collaboration is a continuation of our long-term efforts to elevate the game of basketball in China at all levels. We look forward to strengthening our collective commitment to developing the next generation of NBA and WNBA players from China.
Reports suggest Engelbert has been weighing her next steps. That wording matters. It isn't confirmation, but it isn't nothing either. It's what surfaces when pressure stacks from every direction: players, partners, public perception. And at the center of it all is Caitlin Clark, not campaigning, not clapping back, not arguing, just owning the moment. Every era has a tipping point, a moment when resistance looks foolish in hindsight. This feels like one of those times. Nike didn't ask who was comfortable, they asked who moved the needle. And once that answer became impossible to deny, everything else began to shake. So no, this isn't just about a commissioner. It's not only about a contract. And it's definitely not just about one player. This is what happens when the future arrives early and the system isn't ready. Because whether the league admits it today or months from now, the truth is already out. Caitlin Clark isn't asking for space. She owns it and the aftermath. We're watching it unfold. And that's the lesson from tonight's matchup. Reese brought power and aggression, but Collier showed the true difference: composure, skill, and efficiency. While one chased flash, the other controlled the game. In basketball, talent grabs attention, but poise wins the moment. That hoodie celebration? Not just a celebration, it was proof. Smart play beats chaos. Every single time.